Welcome back to Career Talk. I'm your host, Matt Lowney. As we continue kind of general career advice here with Tom Landry. Before we talk a little about networking and kind of what resume and those kind of common, all too common, I think anymore, kind of gaps in your resume. But one of the things I think people struggle with is a cover letter. Because if we lined up 10 recruiters here, half would say, I never read it, all I care about what's on the resume. The other half go, have to have it, that's a critical piece. What's your stake in this? Do you need to have a cover letter?
Depending on the position.
Yeah.
Typically, in the majority of the jobs that we place, it's not necessary.
Sure.
But again, it does set you apart, especially if you know how to write.
That's right.
And if you can put together a couple of paragraphs that very clearly, succinctly defines what it is that you're looking for. We're not looking for anything glorious, and it's who are you? It's an insight a little bit for myself and my recruiters to understand what it is that you're looking for. And is there some synergy of what we have and what you're available? So we're not wasting your time. And that's almost as important to me as you wasting mine. I don't want to waste your time. And unfortunately today, all employers don't look deep enough because everything's fast, fast, fast. I need it all yesterday. So everybody's online. The opportunity to meet face-to-face doesn't happen as often as it probably should.
That's right.
We made a decision 3 years ago to go paperless in our application process, but it wasn't to replace recruiters. I didn't lay any recruiters off like a lot of people did. What it was is it allowed my recruiters to spend more time with people who we thought were qualified.
Right.
So to answer just a cover letter, if you're applying for a forklift position, I'm not going to eliminate you because you didn't have a cover letter.
Right.
But if you're applying for a supervisory position,
sure,
I'm going to look at the guy that has one first before they go in that doesn't.
And I think the general takeaway, and I tell everybody this, is it's not going to hurt you. First of all, this is just completely poorly written. It's not going to hurt you. And I think also too many times job seekers somehow think that employers collude to kind of say, oh, this is what we want. We don't think of it that way. It's a free market exercise here. I think too many things. Well, I've talked to many job seekers like, well, what employers should do, blah, 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 whatever that is. And I think they don't think of it as somehow we're a team working with them. It's not that way. As far as actually now we've got our resume together. We found the right person. We've got our resume together. We've maybe put together a cover letter. Then it kind of goes through that process. You do at some point have to apply to the position.
Sure.
To your point, you're paperless. There's these applicant tracking systems people run into and they don't like. But what's your take on it? You got to do it. I mean, I guess there's no other way around it. But would you rather have them send the resume first, apply online first? How would you prefer they do that?
The application online in our case allows you to post a resume with it. So you can, if you don't have a resume,
sure,
you can actually do the application process anyway.
Okay.
And it almost will help create one.
That's right.
And we can auto-create a resume based on what you put in as far as your experience on the application. Excuse me, if you have one, you're allowed to post it. You need to be clear what it is you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because the clearer you are, the better I'm capable of matching those needs. And the applicant needs to look at, especially a staffing company, as an agent. You're hiring me to be your agent. It's my job to go find you a job. And it's on our mutual interest that we're both happy. Because if I place you someplace that you like, you're going to come back. And you're going to bring more friends just like you because I gave you that opportunity. So keep that in mind.
I think one of the things when people see a position posted online, so they go on one of the job boards, they see a job and say, that's me. That's what I want to do. I've got the experience to do that. They then just go apply online. And then get frustrated that no one ever called them back, not realizing, 300 other people just like them just applied online. So there's this notion of picking up the phone and calling the company directly. Let's say I don't have a friend that works there. What about somebody that calls you directly and say, hey, I see that Allegiant Staffing is hiring. I want you to pick up the phone and call them, not comply online. How do you guys take that? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? How do you interpret that kind of activity?
Initiative is always a good thing if it's done the right way. I'd like to answer both sides of that.
Sure.
The black hole shouldn't happen. And unfortunately it does. And my recruiters are accountable to their responses to applicants. We track it. We know how many applicants we have every day. So there ought to be a response every day of how many people that they've contacted. We have a thing called Talent Network.
Right.
And even on your cell phone, if you went on my website today and clicked on our career opportunities, it'll say, do you want to join our talent network? And all I need is name, phone number, email address.
Right.
It goes to me here in Nashville. It goes to the office. My manager there, Angie, gets a list of notification that you joined, and it's within 24 hours. We have to contact you. Hi, Matt, you filled out and joined our talent network. What are you looking for? How do we get in the process? So the people that have experienced that black hole, keep looking.
That's right.
You'll find the right place
That's right.
that doesn't treat you that way. Now, taking initiative, every employer is looking for somebody with self-drive and self-motivation. And as long as you do it in a professional way, I understand you're hiring, I've got the skill sets, I'd really like an opportunity to come fill out an application. Why would I say no to that?
That's right. And I think too often it's interesting. I'll sit around. I actually work closely with a lot of recruiters here in town, and it's how many get frustrated with candidates who apply and follow up. And I said, well, that's what they're supposed to do. You know, we've got to be respectful of what they're trying to get done here. They got to feed their family, and someday that's what they're trying to do. But I think what's good is there is a shift of employers like yourself. They're getting more mindful around candidate experience. You know, and I've worked with companies who've implemented things like tracking candidate turnaround, just like you. Within 24 hours, every candidate needs to be cleared out of the queue and be contacted. So I think the good thing is that's going to continue to improve. I mean, market drives that. I think bad candidate experience means people aren't going to go. They'll go to your competitor, who makes it easier to apply or more receptive. So, fortunately, I think there's going to be less of that kind of black hole mentality go forward.
Well, in general, technology, we've embraced technology as a way to enhance our person-to-person relationship. There are too many people that have taken technology as a way to take people out of the people business.
Yeah.
I can put a software program in to help me pick candidates. Sorry, I'm never going to hire anybody that I've never met or I've never talked to face-to-face. It's not going to happen. And I think that, that as technology advances, the really cutting-edge people will find a way to turn that into an advantage for them to get to know their people better.
That's right.
And my attitude has always been, if I fill the order correctly the first time, I can now go fill another order.
That's right.
Instead of keep constantly refilling the order that I should have filled right the first time. So the more efficient I am, the better I match people to their job desires, the better job I do of matching your career path that you want, the more successful I'm going to be. So why wouldn't I do that? And unfortunately for the staffing industry and employers in general, they're too short-sighted, and I think they try to replace people with technology.
That's right. And that's a good point. We're going to cover a little bit more of that. We're going to take a quick break, and if you want to learn more about Tom's company, again, it's allegiancestaffing.com, and we'll continue to pick up the conversation around phone interviews and these kind of sticky or age discrimination or not enough experience topics right after the break. We'll be right back.